Christmas University Challenge. Asking the questions, Amal Rajan.
Hello and welcome back to Christmas University Challenge 2025. This year we're celebrating the 15th birthday of these seasonal specials by bringing back some of the teams and players who distinguished themselves in series gone by. They've been paired up into 7 heats from which, as usual, only the 4 highest scoring winners will progress. First up tonight are most of the UCL team that reached the semi-finals of Series 5, where they were perhaps unfortunate to be knocked out by eventual champions Magdalen College, Oxford. Despite being landed with a complicated early picture round that they dubbed, quote, preposterous, they kept pace with Magdalen for most of the match thanks to their knowledge of Christopher Lee and the Mediterranean Sea, but eventually did fall behind in the final third. The players returning from that team are a writer and broadcaster on architecture, currently lecturing at UCL and Central St Martin's, a science journalist, author and presenter of numerous science programmes for BBC Radio and television, including Tomorrow's World, and their captain, a writer whose books include the best-selling Eats, Shoots and Leaves and the Constable Twitten mystery series. Adam Rutherford was sadly unable to join them this evening, but in his place is a chief presenter at BBC News who has also reached the semi-finals of this competition with a UCL team in 2019. Let's hear the team from UCL introduce themselves.
Tom Dykoff, MA Architectural History, graduating in 1997.
I'm Vivian Parry. I read immunology and genetics and I graduated a very long time ago.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Lynn Truss. I studied English at UCL in the 1970s.
I'm Marianne Mashiri. I read Italian and I graduated in 2000.
Their opponents were the first ever team to represent Leeds in this competition, back in Series 2. In round 1 of that series, they narrowly beat a strong team from Bristol in a very competitive match. However, the fight that their opponents put up, combined with 1 or 2 unlucky interruptions on starters, meant their winning score wasn't quite high enough to see them through to that year's semi-finals. All 4 of the original team have returned in the hope of going at least 1 step further this year. And they are a journalist who was political correspondent for ITV News for more than 2 decades, another journalist who primarily writes on science, technology and the environment, their captain, a BAFTA-winning impressionist and actor who has more recently turned his hand to both poetry and piano playing, and finally, one of the UK's best-known restaurant critics, host of Radio 4's The Kitchen Cabinet and author of books including Nights Out at Home. Let's meet the team from Leeds once again.
I'm Libby Wiener and I studied history at Leeds, graduating in 1981.
Hi, I'm David Adam. I studied chemical engineering at Leeds and graduated in 1993.
And their captain?
Hello, I'm Alistair McGowan. I did English at Leeds and graduated in 1986.
Hello, I'm Jay Rayner. I studied politics at Leeds and graduated in 1987.
Well, welcome back to all of you. Do you remember how this works?
Got an idea.
Vaguely? All right, let's go for it. Good luck. Here's your first Christmas starter for 10. What word can follow all of these? New, in a term used in John F. Kennedy's acceptance speech for the nomination for the 1960 US presidential election, which later became a label for his administration's progressive programmes. Northwest, in the former name of the province of Pakistan, now called Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
Leeds Rayner.
Frontier.
It is frontier. Well done. Your bonuses Leeds are 3 questions on differences between the nativity narratives presented in the Gospels of Luke and Matthew. First, Luke's account tells of a journey made by Joseph and Mary from Nazareth to Bethlehem in order to participate in what sort of civic event instigated by the Roman authorities? It is not mentioned by Matthew.
Census.
Yes. Only Matthew's Gospel mentions the massacre of the innocents at the behest of King Herod and the Holy Family's flight into what country in order to avoid the persecution. Luke does not mention this episode.
Judea.
Jordan.
No, it's Egypt. Luke's Gospel instead moves from the birth to the presentation of Jesus at the temple in Jerusalem, where Joseph and Mary make the humble sacrifice of 2 pigeons or a pair of what other birds, 2 of which also appear in a well-known Christmas carol.
2 turtle doves. Turtles? No, was it? Partridge in a pear tree. 2...
Choose a bird.
No, what is it in 12 Days of Christmas? 2 turtle doves, isn't it? Yeah.
Move on.
Turtle doves.
It is indeed. Well done. Well worked out. Let's start the question. Named for their tendency to gather more men as they progressed, the Snowball Marches were a series of World War I recruiting drives for which country's imperial force?
Leeds, Adam.
Germany.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Notable examples include the Cooey or Gilgandra March, the March of the Dungarees, the North Coast Boomerangs March and the Kookaburra March. You may not confer.
UCL Mashiri.
Australia.
Well done. It is Australia. Your bonuses, UCL, are 3 questions on a British architect and designer. In a piece for Architects Journal, who said, quote, "The outsides of most new buildings are dull, dreary and depressing. Except for a few rare exceptions, most of them are boring." In 2023, he launched Humanise, a 10-year campaign tackling public health issues caused by boring buildings.
Thomas Heatherwick.
Thomas Heatherwick.
Correct. In his book Humanise, Heatherwick describes the World Heritage Site of Casa Milà in which city, as a contrast to the blandemic in building design, describing it as a festival of curves.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yes, which 20th century designer and urban planner was described by Heatherwick as the god of boring? Regarded as a pioneer of modern architecture, 17 of his works have been named World Heritage Sites.
Probably Le Corbusier.
Le Corbusier.
It was indeed. Well done. Let's start the question. What given name is shared by all the following fictional characters? In Sense and Sensibility, the former fiancé of Edward Ferrars, who ends the novel married to his brother Robert. In Dracula, the best friend of Mina Murray, who is attacked by the vampire while sleepwalking. The female protagonists of Charlotte Bronte's Villette, E.M. Forster's A Room with a View and Walter Scott's The Bride of Lammermoor. And the youngest of the Pevensey children in The Chronicles of Narnia.
UCL Trust.
Lucy.
It is Lucy, well done. Your bonuses, UCL, are on plants and animals named in the Three Witches spell in Act 4, Scene 1 of Macbeth. Name each from the description. First, a highly poisonous plant in the parsley family with the binomial Conium maculatum. It bears clusters of small white flowers and its stems have distinctive purple spots and streaks.
Belladonna. Hemlock.
Correct. Secondly, primates of the genus Papio, some of the largest Old World monkeys. They have dog-like muzzles and large teeth, and specific species include chacma, guinea and olive.
Baboon.
Yeah, baboon.
Yeah, baboon.
Yes, well done. And finally, I'm looking here for the common name given to a number of species in the family Salamandridae, including Triturus cristatus, or great crested, and Lysotriton vulgaris, or smooth.
Newt.
It is indeed. Well done. Picture round now. And for your picture starter, you're going to see a description of an Olympic sport in a foreign language. For 10 points, I need you to give me the 2-word English name by which this sport is commonly known.
Leeds, Vina.
Ice skating.
No, you can have a bit more time, UCL, but you may not confirm.
UCL
Speed
Mashiri.
skating.
It is indeed speed skating, yes. For your picture starter, you saw a description in French of speed skating, the first event held at the inaugural 1924 Winter Olympics in Chamonix. For your bonuses, you'll see 3 more descriptions in French of events at the first Winter Olympics. 5 points for each you can identify. First, this sport.
That's a team sport.
Rectangular ice.
Is it ice hockey?
Full
Oh, no, it's
Curling.
the thing curling.
Curling.
Well worked out. Secondly,
God, my French is
Is
terrible.
that like something luge-like?
It's lovely
No,
to do.
it's what's that thing when you come down on the toboggan?
It's luge. No, it's luge, isn't it? Oh,
What's it called?
You can have vodka in it.
You know, bobsleigh.
Luge.
Bobsleigh.
bobsleigh.
well done. It's fun watching your brains whirring. So you're rolling back the years, UCL.
It's taken a while.
And finally, first, see if you get this one.
That's not a team sport.
6 players.
It's fast.
Oh, this must be ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Ice hockey.
You got there in the end. Well done. Well done indeed. Let's start the question. Caused by bacteria of the genus Borrelia, what disease was first identified in 1975 following widespread complaints of rheumatoid arthritis among residents of the town in Connecticut from which it takes its name?
UCL Perry.
Lyme disease.
It is Lyme disease. Well done. 3 questions for you, UCL, on Austrian Torten. Which city on the Danube, the 3rd largest city in Austria, gives its name to a torte consisting of a crust of sweet pastry, typically containing ground hazelnuts or almonds, filled with jam and topped with a pastry lattice?
Oh,
Is it Linz?
only know Sasha.
Linz?
That's not Sasha tort, is it?
I
What's-
think it's Linz at all.
Linz a tort.
It might be.
Linz. Linz a tort.
Yes, the city is Linz, the cake is Linzertorte. Topfentorte is a layer cake that contains a cheesecake-like filling made from a type of soft, unsalted, fresh curd cheese, usually known in English by what 5-letter name, borrowed from German?
Quark? Quark?
Quark?
Yes, well done. After its Viennese inventor, what name is given to a rich chocolate torte distinguished by the use of apricot jam either between its layers or as a glaze on top of the cake beneath a dark chocolate icing?
That's Sakatort.
Is that Sakatort?
It is indeed. Bad luck, Jay. Painful to sit through other people's bonuses sometimes. Right, another starter question. Plenty of time, Leeds. The sibling of Sol and Luna. Which deity in Roman mythology shares her name with all of the following? A family of kinase proteins involved in mitotic spindle organisation and chromosome segregation. A city in Illinois that is the setting for the Wayne's World films. The given name of the titular princess in many versions of Sleeping Beauty. And an atmospheric...
UCL Parry.
Aurora.
It is Aurora. Well done. All right, your bonuses, UCL, are on the sciences. In each case, the answer can also refer to a familiar kitchen object. In engineering, what short term denotes a tool for cutting the threads of a screw? This word appears in the name of a type of screw that cuts its own thread into a material, thereby speeding construction.
I don't know.
Self-tapping or something.
Is that?
I have no idea.
Well, we're going to go for self-tapping.
I need short term.
A tap, no?
No.
Tapping?
No.
I can't accept that. I'm afraid the word I needed was tap and tap alone. Bad luck.
I'm so sorry.
Also known as a neck or core, what short word is commonly used for a landform that developed from a cylindrical mass of solid lava in the vent of a volcano? Castle Rock in Edinburgh is an example.
That's tall. Is that tall? No.
But it's also a
I
kitchen
think it's
implement.
a plug.
Plug? Yeah, should we try that?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Plug?
Yes, well done. Finally, what four-letter word follows heat to denote a device or reservoir used, for example, in electronics, to dissipate thermal energy and protect delicate components?
Sieve. I've no idea.
We're going to try sieve.
Siev's not four letters. It's sink.
Thank you.
Let's start the question. Originally intended to feature on greetings cards for the Hallmark Company, the 1948 artwork Santa with Drawers was painted by which artist?
Leeds Rayner.
Rockwell.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. It depicts a giant Santa Claus with drawers coming out of his body containing white rabbits and, in reference to another of his works, melting watches.
Oh.
You may not confer.
UCL Trust.
Dolly.
It is Darley. Well done. 3 bonuses on 1925 in the USA. What was the name of the teacher who incriminated himself that year in order to test the state of Tennessee's strictures on the teaching of evolution? The resulting legal case received a large amount of publicity and became popularly known as the Monkey Trial.
It's Clarence Darrow.
You need to say it.
Clarence Darrow.
No, it's John Scopes, who was inaugurated in March 1925 as Calvin Coolidge's vice president and was also the co-recipient of the 1925 Nobel Peace Prize. He was awarded the prize for his earlier work on economic disputes in Europe following the First World War, most notably his eponymous finance plan.
I don't know. Do you know this? Any idea? No, I don't think we know that.
That was the great Charles Dawes. February 1925 saw the publication of the first issue of What magazine, with a cover that featured an illustration of its mascot that would go on to feature in some form on nearly every cover, a monocled and top-hatted dandy character called Eustace Tilley.
New Yorker.
It is the New Yorker, yes. Music round now. And for your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. For 10 points, give me the name of its singer.
And so I'm off. UCL Dykhoff.
Nat King Cole.
That is Nat King Cole. Well done. For your music starter, you heard Nat King Cole's performance of the Christmas song, co-written by songwriter and performer Mel Torme. For your bonuses, 3 more songs written or co-written by Torme. I need you to name the singer in each case. First.
From the snow-capped mountains to the coral shores, you're the only one my heart adores. You've only got 3 competitors.
Do we think it?
I think Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Do we agree?
Yeah. Ella Fitzgerald.
It's Doris Day. Secondly, this singer, who is here duetting with Torme.
Bless you for the good that's in you. Bless you every
Could this be Ella Fitzgerald?
Yeah, we think that's Ella Fitzgerald.
No, it's Peggy Lee. Finally, this singer and pianist.
Everywhere, everyone I meet seems to wonder who I can be.
I don't think we're old enough.
I like it.
And I swear,
Come on.
no one seems to care.
Come on.
We've gone to sleep, it's so...
Yeah, no, I'm sure
Too bad. You've run out of time.
Yeah.
No, I want to give this game a fair chance. No, you've run out of time. It's Ray Charles with A Stranger in Town. Another starter question. What was the surname of these two French physicists? Edmond, who became the first to describe the principle of the photovoltaic effect that underpins modern solar panels, and his son Henri, the discoverer of radioactivity, awarded a Nobel...
UCL Parry.
Becquerel.
It is Becquerel. Your bonuses, UCL, are on the periodic table. In each case, I'll list 3 elements that are all in a particular group of the table. You need to give me the name of the element in that group with the lowest atomic number. That is the element that would appear at the top of the relevant column in the table. For example, silicon, germanium and tin would be carbon. First, magnesium, calcium and strontium.
We're all looking at you, Vivian.
I haven't the foggiest idea.
Can we just name any element?
Name any element. Magnesium.
You have to say it, I think.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, magnesium.
Magnesium.
No, I said magnesium in my question. It's beryllium. Group 2, the alkaline earth metals. Secondly, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony.
Say sodium or something. Is sodium an element?
Yeah, sodium's
Yeah,
an
go.
element. We're going to say sodium. We have no clue.
We don't know the periodic table. It's quite clear.
You've forgotten how this game works since you were last here, I think, UCL. The captain needs to either nominate or provide the answer, please.
Yes, we don't know.
It's nitrogen. Finally, chlorine, bromine and iodine.
Shall I say we don't know again?
No. It's the fluorines and it's...
Okay.
Oh. No, I can't remember.
No, we don't know.
It's fluorine. Bad luck. You can't have it. You knew it, but you can't have it. Right, another starter question. Fingers on buzzers. Of whom did the historian E.A. Freeman write, "Popular belief has made him into a kind of embodiment of the national being. He has become the model English king, indeed the model Englishman." The king in question became King of Wessex in 871 and established hegemony over the other English kingdoms.
UCL Truss.
Alfred the Great.
It is Alfred the Great. Well done. Your bonuses, UCL, are 3 questions on tennis. In September 2024, who became only the 4th male tennis player to have won multiple Grand Slam singles titles on all 3 surfaces when he won the US Open for the 2nd time?
For the second time, that would be Carlos Alcaraz, no?
Yeah, I think so. Alcaraz.
Yes. Which Swedish tennis player was the first to achieve this feat? Though he never won Wimbledon, he won the Australian Open twice when it was still played on grass in 1983 and 1984.
I was going to say, either Edberg or Bjork.
I think if it's not someone who didn't win Wimbledon, then
yes, it's
Edberg.
Edberg did win Wimbledon. Yeah, that's Mats Wilander. Okay. Who was the last player to achieve this before Alcaraz, doing so in 2021 when he won his 2nd French Open title?
So second would be definitely not Nadal.
Djokovic? Yeah, he won it lots of times.
Definitely not... Yeah, let's go for Djokovic.
Djokovic.
It is Djokovic. Well done. Nadal was the other. Fingers on buzzers. The 1957 Jacques Tourneur horror film, Night of the Demon, was based on the story Casting the Runes by which British...
UCL Truss.
M.R. James.
It is M.R. James. Well done. Your bonuses, UCL, are on fossils in Canada. In each case, name the province in which the following UNESCO World Heritage Sites are located.
Provinces.
First, Anticosti Island, located in the Gulf of St Lawrence to the west of Newfoundland. The fossils here offer a well-preserved record of the late Ordovician mass extinction.
Are you looking for a province? Shale, isn't
Can't repeat the question, I'm afraid.
Halifax.
Let's give it a go.
Halifax.
No, it's Quebec. Second, Dinosaur Provincial Park, the site of numerous fossil discoveries of the Cretaceous period. It is a semi-arid steppe with badlands topography in the Red Deer River Valley.
Saskatchewan?
Is it?
Yeah, let's try that.
Saskatchewan.
No, it's Alberta. Finally, the Joggins Fossil Cliffs, described as the Coal Age Galapagos. It is located on the Bay of Fundy to the southeast of Moncton, New Brunswick.
Maybe Halifax?
OK, we'll try Halifax again.
No, it's Nova Scotia. Okay. Let's start the question. Though sometimes substituted with ling or pollock, what fish is most commonly used to make the traditional Norwegian Christmas dish lutefisk, in which...
Leeds Rayner.
Anchovies.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. In which it is brined in lye, then soaked and finally steamed. It is also the fish typically used in the Jamaican national dish of ackee and saltfish, while in Spain it is known as bacalao when dried and salted.
UCL Mashiri.
Cod.
It is cod. Bad luck there, you knew that one. 3 questions on the films of the actor Gene Hackman, who died in 2025. In which ensemble war film of 1977, directed by Richard Attenborough, does Gene Hackman play Polish Major General Stanislaw Sosabowski?
Gosh, I can't think what this is.
Was it The Great Escape? Am I being... No, that's earlier than that. What about Bridge on the River Kwai? That's earlier as well.
That's earlier. Yeah, I don't think
War
we know.
movie.
Don't think we know.
Maybe something Vietnam, like the Vietnam War.
Yeah, but I think we don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't think we know.
A bridge too far. In which disaster film of 1972 does Gene Hackman play Reverend Frank Scott?
Is that Towering Inferno?
The Towering Inferno.
Towering Inferno?
They think Towering Inferno.
No, as Leeds knew, it's the Poseidon event. Bad luck. Finally, in which crime film of 1971 does Gene Hackman play New York detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle?
French Connection.
It is indeed, yes. Let's start the question. Picture round now. And for your picture starter, you're going to see a painting. For 10 points, name the artist.
UCL Parry.
Seurat.
No, you can have a bit more time, Leeds, but you may not confer. You may not confer. You may not confer.
Leeds Rayner.
Okay.
Monet.
It is Monet, well done. A version of the painting you saw there, Leeds, in the starter is in the Oscar Reinhardt collection, paintings from which were on display in the UK for the first time at the Courtauld Gallery in 2025. For your bonuses, 3 more paintings from the Reinhardt collection, 5 points for each artist you can name. First.
Oof.
Oh no, that's...
Not
Cézanne.
Cézanne.
Well done. Secondly, this French artist.
Who's that? French artist. I don't know who that is at all. Gauguin? Really?
I don't think so.
Okay, try it. Gauguin. Gauguin.
That's Courbet. And finally.
It's Van Gogh, isn't it? Meant to be French, aren't they? Pizarro.
No, I didn't say this artist was French. It's Van Gogh, as I think you knew, Alistair. Bad luck. Now, let's start the question. Which element is the target product of the Frasch process, in which superheated water and compressed air are used to melt and lift it to the surface? The same element is used in the vulcanization of rubber and in the manufacture...
UCL Parry.
Sulphur.
It is sulphur. Well done. Your bonuses are on editorial and publishing terms. In each case, I need you to give me the word from the definition provided by the Chartered Institute of Editing and Proofreading. Note that all 3 begin with the same letter. Okay. First, a caption that consists of an incomplete sentence.
A phrase. I mean, what?
A caption that consists of...
Come on.
Is it like... Oh, gosh.
I don't know what this is. No, sorry.
The answer is legend. Secondly, a link created between 2 characters that enables them to fit together rather than clash or simply look more elegant side by side.
As leading.
No, that's a ligature. Oh. Finally, the spaces between lines of type, whose pronunciation is derived from the fact that originally a strip of a specific metal was added between the rows of characters.
That is leading. That's leading.
That is leading. Well done. Let's start the question. One of the first winter sports resorts and home to the world's first T-bar ski lift, which Swiss mountain town hosts the international ice hockey tournament known as the Spengler Cup each December, and since 1971, the World Economic Forum each January?
Leeds Adam.
Davos.
It is indeed Davos. Well done. Your bonuses are on musicals with Christmas-themed songs. In each case, I need you to name the musical from the song. First, the 1977 Broadway musical, whose final number, A New Deal for Christmas, is sung by Daddy Warbucks and the cast.
Annie.
Yes, secondly, the 1966 musical in which the title character sings We Need a Little Christmas with her nephew and ward, Patrick.
Ooh, 1966. Little Match Girl? Pippin? We'll try it, we don't know it. Pippin.
No, it's Mame. And finally, the 1944 film musical in which Esther Smith sings Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Not Holiday Inn. Is it Holiday Inn? No.
Meet me at St. Louis.
Meet me at St. Louis?
Yes.
Meet me at St. Louis.
Yes, well done. Let's start the question. Answer as soon as your name is called, giving either of the 2 national flags comprising exclusively the colours red and green. One features a red disc upon a dark green field, while the other has a red field behind a green pentagram. But you can guess if you like to. Come on, have a go, come on.
UCL Mashiri.
Azerbaijan.
No. Bit more time, Leeds. Have a go, someone.
Leeds Rayner.
Ghana.
It's Bangladesh or Morocco. Let's start the question. Typically around 5 metres long and weighing 40 kilograms, what name is given to the bark-stripped tree trunk tossed with the intention of...
Leeds McGowan.
Caber.
Well done. Your bonuses, Leeds, are on a novel. Antoinette Cosway is the protagonist of which 1966 novel, which charts her education and the early years of her marriage?
Any idea?
No.
No. No. No. No. Pass.
It's White Sargasso Sea. What is the name of the plantation owned by Antoinette's family? Most of the first part of the novel takes place there until it is burnt down in a revolt of its former slaves.
Do you know? No. White Sargasso Sea. Plantation. No, pass.
It's Culibri. White Sargasso Sea is a response to which earlier novel in which the title character succeeds Antoinette as the wife of Mr. Rochester?
That must be Jane Eyre. No.
Rebecca.
Rebecca?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
Rebecca? Rebecca.
It's Jane Eyre. Bad luck, Alistair. You knew it. It's Jane Eyre. Now let's start the question. What word can denote a type of mutation in a protein coding gene in which a nucleic acid triplet is changed such that an amino acid codon becomes a premature stop codon? The same word can be used to describe a type of humorous poetry associated with writers such as Lewis Carroll, Dr. Seuss and Edward Lear.
Leeds Rayner.
No.
UCL Trust.
Limerick?
No, it's nonsense. Now let's start the question. The berimbau is a stringed instrument characteristic of what cultural practice originating in northeast Brazil? Sometimes described as a stylised martial arts dance.
Leeds Adam.
Capoeira.
Well done. Your bonuses are on words that can be made using letters from the word partridge. Give each from the description. First, derived from a French word meaning to separate, the process of making an initial medical assessment to determine the urgency of treatment.
Triage.
Yes. Secondly, the name given to 4 extant species of large mammal of Central and South America and Asia, notable for their proboscis-like prehensile noses.
Don't know what it is. Extinct, he said.
Extant means it's there, I think.
Extinct or extinct?
No, extinct, I think.
Do we know? No. Pass.
That's a tapir. And finally, a long, thin, sharp-pointed sword historically used in duelling from the 16th century onwards.
Rapier. Rapier.
Well done. Let's start the question. Derived from the French verb meaning to heat, what noun originally referred to the person responsible for stoking the engine of early steam-powered...
UCL Trust.
Chauffeur.
Well done. Your bonuses are on places in the UK. In each case, name the place from the description. All 3 names end in the same letter. First, the administrative centre of the Metropolitan Borough of Calderdale. It is a large town to the southwest of Bradford and is noted for its Georgian Peace Hall, built for the trading of cloth.
Halifax.
Yes. Second, a city suburb to the south of the River Clyde. It is home to the namesake stadium of a leading football club that went into administration in 2012.
South of, yeah.
Is it Ibrox?
Ibrox.
Yes. Finally, an historic English county. Its coastline, with many tidal marshes, includes the mouths of the rivers Roach, Crouch, Blackwater and Colne.
Essex.
Essex, yeah.
Essex.
Yes, another starting question. And that result leads us over to UCL at 235. The thing about this game, guys, is it's all about momentum. And they had the momentum and you didn't. And it's so unfair because when you got a chance at any of the bonuses, you were absolutely brilliant. And I think, if I'm right, I think you talked yourself out of a couple of correct answers as well.
Yeah.
Van Gogh was one of them. What was the other one?
Rochester, Jane Eyre.
Jane Eyre.
We did one each.
Maybe don't watch this back because those 2 moments will be pretty painful. But
They'll be two of many painful
no,
moments.
you're absolutely brilliant. When you got in, they just beat you to the starters. So bad luck. I mean, UCL, that was a terrific performance. And I think it means we'll probably see you again, but we can't be sure. Who knows? Maybe the other teams will be even better. But well done, very well played.
Thank you.
I hope you can join us next time for another match in this Christmas series. But until then, it is goodbye from Leeds.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from UCL.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.